Kadush. Once you read, you will be forever free. Free from what? Let's talk about it. I have a book with me. That's Destination Unknown by Agatha Christie. I pronounce her as Christie. If it's Christie, oh, good enough. Let's take this quote on the bookmark that I have and let's go on with it. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. No, I didn't buy this bookmark on my own. I would have bought something different, but it's okay. It was given with the book. So, extra information, unnecessary. Once you read, you will be forever free. Free from what? Let's talk about it. I think free from your limiting thoughts and beliefs. The one thing that I can guarantee for sure is when you gain a certain kind of knowledge, which comes from not AI, but this, or people. This is written by a person, and when you go out and you meet people and then you talk to them, that is also a person's monologue. Face to face, this is in written form. So, I think the aspect of freedom when we talk about this comes from the exact thing, the interaction with other human beings and how well you basically resonate with things and how well you intake and the information that you are given, whether it's from people or in written form. We're talking about books, but I know the way I associate books is this is a person talking to me, and this is a person sharing their thoughts and their view patterns and belief systems. So as humans, the aspect of loneliness comes from the fact that nobody understands what it is to feel like this. But then you read something and then that's another human being's perspective, and then you say, oh, I know what it feels like. You say they know what it feels like. I'm not alone in this feeling anymore. I think that's what makes you free from this cage of this man-made cage in your head that you are alone in something which clearly you aren't. And that just makes the whole lot of difference. Same. I think we can more touch upon this more. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. Oh, got it. Learn. Once you learn to read. So how well do you engage in the process of reading? You can read 1,000 times. Well, in the start, it's a growing process of learning to read. It's sometimes when you engage in such an act of reading, sometimes you might point out the language of which it is written, and sometimes you feel like, oh, it's written by a girl, it's written by a guy, it's written by a 30-year-old man or 50-year-old woman. You can look at those things and then you see, okay, this word is not in my vocabulary, I don't understand this. Then you start looking at the vocabularies, or you might think that, man, I'm able to read this. Or you can learn the aspect of reading takes patience. Then you can think about the aspect of, well, I understand some things in this and I don't understand other things in this. I do not know how I feel about that. And then you think, well, this person can write this stuff, so I am capable of understanding this. Then you kind of put more and more effort into reading. Well, if we are really talking about engaging with reading. And then Why am I pausing? It's okay, it's a good pause. And then you slowly learn to touch upon the aspect of what the reader is trying to say. Sometimes through fantasy, sometimes through fiction, and then when you read different genres, sometimes people read politics, sometimes people read what's going on in the world, what's around them, try and understand different perspectives. Sometimes people think that, in this aspect of let's say fantasy, padhiyon ki kahani, bachchon ki kahani, when you take a kid's book as well, you can see what the author is trying to say in your adult perspective, or even if you are a teenager, you can better figure it out. Maybe it's not always as it seems. Maybe the author is trying to say something different out of the situation. I think Gulliver's Travels is one of the most prominent examples in the field of literature, for that matter, that he has basically turned upside down the whole system in his books. Not basically literally upside down, but he has exposed political systems in the world of Gulliver. Gulliver's Travels. It seems like the book of kids. It's fiction, it's fantasy, it has characters that don't necessarily exist in your world, but it's all talking about politics. Then you get to that level, like, man, writers are trying to say something through a certain way. Yes, that's how you learn to read. There are many ways of learning to read. That's what you learn in reading. That's okay. That's amazing.